It may not seem like it, but the biggest shopping season of the year is right around the corner, and I want you to profit from that demand. Fall 2025 goes from September 22nd to December 21st, and this is the most profitable time of the year for many print-on-demand sellers. In this 2024 holiday trends report, we can see that online sales in the fourth quarter of the year from October to December are on average 29.5% above the average of the other 3 quarters across the last 15 years. With changing weather, new seasonal trends, and numerous money-making holidays and special occasions, buyer intent during the fall is at an all-time high. And while it may seem far away, fall sales are already happening and many sellers are cashing in. So let's take a look at 4 popular print-on-demand products that are going to dominate this fall. I'll show you some 6-figure designs, and then I'm going to walk you through a step-by-step tutorial on how to create a trendy print-on-demand product for your business to make more sales and grow your brand. If you're new here, welcome. I'm Adrian, a self-employed entrepreneur who's generated multiple millions in sales across 2 apparel brands, and I help people make money online with Shopify and print on demand. My goal is to create the most positive and supportive community of print on demand sellers here on YouTube. So if that's you, join us by subscribing and interacting in the comments. So let's start out by discussing 4 popular print on demand products that are going to dominate this fall. And we're going to identify those products by taking a look at the data to see what people are actually searching for right now and what they're buying so we can create for the demand. The first popular fall product that we're going to discuss is blankets. I hopped into Etsy, which is one of my favorite places for product research, and here we can see that there's currently over 3,300 monthly searches for the term blanket, signaling strong demand. I ran that search filter by bestseller, and even that general search, we can see that at the very top of the search results are fall and Halloween inspired designs. Here we can see this best-selling gothic book lover inspired design. Below that, we can see this best-selling raven woven blanket with cottagecore elements, which are always really popular in the fall. And then we can see this best-selling ghost couple blanket. I just hopped into the Etsy listing for this raven woven blanket. Here we can see it has the bestseller badge. It's in over 20 carts. And if we go to the reviews and sort them by most recent, we can see that a lot of people are buying this right now. Remember too that we just searched the broad term blanket. We could get much more specific by drilling down for terms like fall blanket, Halloween blanket, ghost blanket, etc. The second popular print-on-demand product to sell this fall is mugs. Back in Etsy, I found this term mugs cups, and using my Everbee Chrome extension, we can see that there are currently 3,500 monthly searches for this term. When I run this search filtered by bestsellers, again, we see fall and Halloween inspired mugs right at the top of the results. Here we can see a best-selling tarot card mug. Here, another best-selling cottagecore mug. Then we've got this skull mug here, and then we've got this ghost mug here. In this ghost mug listing, we can see it has the bestseller badge. It's currently in 18 carts, and when we sort the reviews by most recent, we can see again a number of people are purchasing this in June. And just a side note, you don't have to limit yourself just to mugs. Drinkware in general is very popular. Skinny tumblers, Stanley style tumblers, and iced coffee sipper glasses are also very popular and can sell very well in the fall. Third, let's discuss another very popular product in the fall, and that is wall art. Here we can see that there are currently 5,700 monthly searches for the term wall decor. But let's go ahead and drill down even deeper on this one. I'm going to go ahead and search Halloween wall art. Here we can see that this search term already has 1,400 monthly searches. I went ahead and ran that search, filtered it by bestseller, and here we can see some popular Halloween wall art. We have this best-selling gothic cottagecore style print here, another gothic style print of a woman reading a book. Here we have a best-selling ghost laundry print, and then we also have this best-selling ghost and cat in bathtub print. Let's actually check out how some of these are doing. Let's check out this ghost and cat in bathtub print. Here we can see it has the bestsellers badge. It's currently in over 20 carts. And when we look at the most recent reviews, here we can see multiple reviews from June along with some customer photos. If we check out this ghost laundry vintage style painting print, we can see it has a bestseller badge. It's currently in 13 carts. And if we look at the reviews sorted by most recent, we can see a number of very recent reviews along with more customer photos. The fourth super popular print-on-demand fall product is sweatshirts. Sweatshirts are popular year-round, but demand really surges as the weather cools. So let's look at the data, and then I'm going to show you some six-figure sweatshirts. Here we can see demand for sweaters is already extremely high with nearly 8,400 monthly searches. But let's go ahead and get even more specific. I'm actually going to search for fall sweatshirts. Even fall sweatshirts, we can see that there's currently 2,500 monthly searches for this term, signaling strong demand. I ran a search for fall sweatshirts and filtered by bestseller, and here right at the top we can see a number of popular now and best-selling Halloween and fall inspired sweatshirts. We've got this retro ghost reading book, Hagrid's Pumpkin Farm, Halloween Town. We've got this best-selling cottagecore sweatshirt, this popular now vintage Girls Will Be Girls witchy sweatshirt. To get a quick sales snapshot and see which of these designs are actually selling best, I'm going to use Everbee to view the product analytics. Everbee is a product research tool that I use and recommend because it quickly analyzes Etsy data to identify best-selling products and designs that we can use as inspiration to create designs based on what people are currently buying. You can try Everbee for free by clicking the link below this video. And just a side note for any Etsy sellers, Everbee just released an AI-powered platform called Everbee Store, which can build you a store off of Etsy in literally just a few minutes. From Everbee's product analytics, I went ahead and sorted it by estimated monthly revenue, and this retro ghost reading book sweatshirt, this is one that we saw earlier. Here we can see that it's estimated to have sold over 4,800 times and it's only 11 months old. Here's that Halloween Town sweatshirt that we saw. This one is estimated to have sold over 10,000 times and it's 19 months old. And then the vintage Girls Will Be Girls sweatshirt, we can see here that it's estimated to have sold over 2,500 times and it's only 7 months old. Those three designs, by the way, are all six-figure designs. Let me show you. The first design I want to dig into a little bit more is this Girls Will Be Girls sweatshirt. Here we can see it has the Etsy's pick badge, currently in over 20 carts. And when I analyze the listing using Everbee, we can see some more sales data. One thing I want to point out here is that it shows that the estimated monthly revenue is $5,300 per month. However, that's the average estimated monthly revenue. And many of those sales were made last year in the lead up to Halloween. The reason I know that is by looking at the Everbee trends data. This is one of my favorite Everbee features, this trends feature here, which allows me to see the entire lifetime of the listing. So here we can see that it was listed last August. And here we can see that sales went really strong all the way past Halloween and even into the spring months, and then started slowing down. But I expect this to spike again very soon. While this sweatshirt is estimated to have made $43,000 in the last 7 months, the t-shirt version of that same design is estimated to have made $130,000 in sales. It was listed on July 31st of last year. The sales absolutely exploded all the way into early 2025, and I expect those to start taking off again very soon. So here we can see that the growth rate over the last 30 days is 400%, and it's estimated to have made $2,800 in sales. So this six-figure design is already trending in the right direction in June. Next, let's take a look at this Halloween Town design. You can see it has a bestseller badge. 7 people bought it in the last 24 hours. And when I scroll down and look at the reviews, I can see that a bunch of people are buying this right now. Let's go ahead and analyze this listing. Here we can see that this listing is 19 months old and the estimated monthly revenue is $9,000. However, when I scroll down and look at the trends data, we see that in the last 30 days, it's estimated to have made $2,600 in sales, which is still very good, by the way, especially for a Halloween sweatshirt in June. If I look at the lifetime of this listing, here we can see it's estimated to have made almost 11,000 sales and $175,000 in revenue. And we can learn a lot by looking at this trends data. So we can see that it was listed on August 13th. It had the most momentum in the fall of 2023 going into the new year. And then we can see that it had a huge resurgence around, it looks like May actually, and sales really started picking up all the way until about December. And now it looks like that trend is starting again. Here we can see that it's been starting to rise since May and it's selling quite strong in June. Next, let's take a look at this retro ghost reading book sweatshirt. We can see here it has the Etsy's pick badge, currently in over 20 carts, and we can see that it has a number of very recent reviews. Let's go ahead and analyze this this listing. Here we can see that it's 11 months old and estimated to be making about $15,000 in revenue per month. However, let's look at the trends data. So in the last 30 days, we can see that the growth rate has been 300% and it's estimated to have made $1,100 in revenue. Next, let's look at the historic data so we can identify trends. And check this out. It's estimated to have made 4,700 sales and $171,000 in revenue. We can see that it was listed on July 11th. The sales really started taking off in August all the way into September, October. And although they were on the decline, they were still making strong sales all the way until the new year. And although it doesn't look like it here, we did see that in the last 30 days, the growth rate was 300%. So we can see that this is already starting to trend upward. And I expect that to really start taking off over the next 30 to 60 days. Now that we've seen that fall products are already trending and we've seen sales validation, let's create a trendy sweatshirt inspired by the best-selling ghost reading design in 2 steps. Step 1, let's create our design. I'm going to create this design using Playground. This is one of the most popular AI design tools for Shopify and Etsy sellers. Super simple to use. It has tons of trendy design templates, and they're very clear in their terms that the designs can be used for print on demand. In the top right-hand search bar, I'm actually just going to search for the word ghost to find a template that we can use for our design. Here we can see a bunch of ghost-inspired templates that we can work from. I'm actually going to go with this template here, which is exactly what I'm going for. From this template, I'm going to go ahead and select the 4.0 image. Next, I input my prompt, and now I'm just going to tap this black button to have Playground generate a design. And just like that, this is the design that Playground created for me. I really like this design. Of course, I could go ahead and keep prompting it if I did want to make additional changes, but I'm just going to keep it as is. Once you're happy with your design, just tap the export button in the top right, tap upscale and remove background, and then tap download upscale. I personally love and recommend Playground to my students. If you want to try it out for yourself, you can actually try it for free by clicking the link below this video. As always, I've included links below for all of my favorite print on demand tools, along with any free trials, discounts, or special offers. Thank you in advance for using those links. Sponsors and affiliates, they support this channel at no extra cost to you and allow me to create more free content like this, which I hope you're finding super valuable. So I appreciate you using any of those links. Step 2, let's add our design to a trendy sweatshirt. I'm going to hop into Printify, which is one of my favorite print-on-demand companies due to their huge product catalog, low production costs, and a large network of production partners all over the world, including Printful. You can use Printify for free by clicking the link below and get 30 days free of premium membership with code Adrian30. I hopped into my account, and on the left-hand side, I'm going to select catalog, and under women's clothing, I'm going to select sweatshirts. And from here, I'm going to go ahead and select this Gildan 18,000 sweatshirt, which is really trendy. Next, you want to select the fulfillment option, so you can let Printify choose for you, or you can choose manually. I prefer manually because that way I can ensure that my customers are getting consistent quality. One of my favorite production partners is SwiftPod, so I'm going to go ahead and select them. This will take you to the editor, and I'm going to start with my color selection by tapping the edit tools in the top right. I'm going to select black, which is the best-selling sweatshirt color, sand, which is really trendy right now, and then I'm going to go ahead and select military green, which is another very trendy color. Next, let's go ahead and drag our design onto the mockup. From here, I can adjust the sizing and the placement, and I can see what it'll look like on the different colors. To see a more realistic image of this shirt, just tap preview in the top right. Here we can see what it looks like on a sweatshirt and what it looks like on a human. If you're happy with how it looks, go ahead and tap the save product button. This is going to take you to the mockup library where you'll see the Printify mockups. You can upload your own mockups, or if you have a Placeit account like me, you can tap the Placeit button and add your design to Placeit mockups. In case you're unfamiliar, Placeit has the world's largest mockup library with over 40,000 mockups to choose from across countless product types, including t-shirts, sweatshirts, mugs, tote bags, and a whole lot more. If you want to check it out, I've included my link below this video, which gives you 15% off. If you're happy with the mockup selection, tap the save selection button. This will take you to the product details page. So once I've filled out the product details, I'd have Printify automatically publish this to my Shopify store or whichever platform you're selling on. If you want to see more print-on-demand product trend videos like this, comment the word POD below so I know to keep them coming. As always, I've created a bunch of free resources, which you can find linked below, including my brand new podcast called the Print on Demand Podcast.